How's it going, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Crypto Clout, where we make a new video on the cryptocurrencies you love every single day, fresh new uploads. And today, the subject of discussion, we have a ton of things to talk about, so let's cut the bullshit and get right down to it. First thing, Mercury FX makes its largest payment via RippleNet, illustrates how Ripple XRP saves time and money for businesses. See, this right here is an excellent way to start off the video because it illustrates exactly how things are operating in terms of the business world. So, quote, we've made our largest payments across RippleNet using hashtag XRP, basically 86,633 pesos. You could do the math there for how much that equates in USD. And realistically, this is very interesting. So as a food production company supplying 500 plus restaurants in UK and Europe, we pay suppliers around the world to get quality ingredients for our customers. Faster, cheaper payments allow us to fulfill orders quickly and grow our business. You see, these large basically entities are going to be the bread and butter for the cryptocurrency space. There is a clear and present need to move money faster, and what's better than a cryptocurrency? XRP could easily fill that space. So Mercury FX is trying to change the way people and businesses make international transactions. Their mission is to best banks by providing their customers with lower exchange rates and lower transaction fees in all international transactions. This is the kind of stuff that we've been talking about involving Ripple XRP and how essentially the proof is in the pudding. So checking out the chart real quick, it's interesting. We've been moving remarkably flat for the past greater couple of hours. But of course, when we look at the 3-day chart, it is definitely interesting to see. In particular, I was paying attention to this candlestick right here. And then of course, right here, we have an interesting pattern developing. And I think right now, we are approaching stability with the price of Ripple. I mean, generally, it hasn't honestly changed that much. We look over at the course of a week. Towards the middle of the week, we were seeing, this sort of dip right here. But regardless, the price has pretty much been maintaining itself, and it makes me wonder exactly who is accumulating, with this price where it is currently right now. Obviously, right now we're not necessarily in a time where it would be exactly advantageous. I think Ripple's still a little bit expensive, but if the price dips down a little bit lower than this, I will be accumulating some, probably around that 25-cent mark. But right now, it is relatively still quite expensive. The fact of the matter is that cryptocurrency posits a very simple solution, a roundabout manner that eventually is going to be able to cut the banks right out from under themselves. So it makes sense that Ripple XRP would be the banks getting themselves involved with cryptocurrency. Now, obviously, Ripple XRP, it might not be the fastest transaction speed, but it does have institutional support growing, new banks every single day. So it is an interesting thing to talk about. And then, of course, the XRP Daily is talking about, Mercury FX confirms leveraging XRP for RippleNet transactions. Sort of going along similar lines. This transaction was concluded, GBP /MXN corridor. The US-based Mercury FX customer, Mustard Foods, saved this amount of money in 31 hours on specific transactions that totaled 4,000 respectively in USD. So it's truly amazing to see XRP in real-world use. This is exactly what we've been talking about, involving how it's going to look when we see cryptocurrencies making their way into the mainstream. It's certainly always an interesting indicator to look at what the big businesses are doing, because they're going to set the trends. They're going to be the ones who are essentially, it's not going, as much as we'd like to think that everyday people using these things has a big, but realistically, it is the big corporations, it is these large entities. So next on the chopping block, we've got Ripple's RippleNet XRP, showcasing real-world effectiveness. This is something that not every cryptocurrency has. Of course, Mercury FX being explored, in this article as well. I think this is actually the same article, but yeah, I mean, it is. Well, this is by Ethereum World News. This one over here is, I mean, regardless, we've got lots of media attention, obviously pointed Ripple's way, but of course I'd like to look at this right here. I mean, are these various different downturns? Are these the people, whales accumulating on the dips? I mean, only time will tell, but I think this was an interesting tweet to pay attention to. These wicks on XRP are crushing people who are over leveraging lately. All downturns makes me think something big eventually might be on the horizon. And then of course this tweet by CZ Binance right here, which is also an interesting perspective. I mean, we've got more and more people signing up for cryptocurrencies as of lately, to basically explore the space. This comes at an interesting time with a lot of technical attention that's been coming down the pipeline in interest in Ripple, and this is definitely interesting to be seeing happening at this particular time with this market. It makes me think that Ripple's definitely doing an interesting job with how they've been able to basically manage to get all these different variables, the stars aligned in their favor. As we've been seeing, Ripple's definitely been doing a lot of hard work behind the scenes. So Grayscale adds Ripple competitor Stellar to crypto portfolio. But of course, when I see something, I mean, this is one of the most talked about news articles right here. And I mean, this is an interesting thing nonetheless. Something big happening for XRP is pretty much going to reflect on lumens, just the same way something happening with lumens is going to really exponentially have something big to do with the reputation of XRP. So digital currency group company Grayscale Investments, the New York-based operator of the Bitcoin Investment Trust, officially announced today the launch of the Grayscale Stellar Lumens Trust. Stellar is a cross-border payment platform for exchanging money using blockchain technology and a native digital asset known as lumens. So big things happening across the board for both Stellar and, of course, XRP, respectively. So it is interesting to see. Nonetheless, the attention that goes towards Stellar is obviously going to have that same trickle-down effect to XRP. So when we're going to talk about the fact that we're seeing a lot of these different developments, so why aren't we seeing as much price action as we would? Well, multiple different reasons, of course. I mean, of course, the systems of Visa. I mean, this was a very interesting little thing as well. Returns, basically Visa Inc. is paying 198 million pounds to buy Earthport, British firm. So why is this relevant? Well, basically what we need to look at is the fact that, follow the money, essentially. Who's behind all these different things? Well, I think, XRP does posit a very interesting change and shift in the way that people have been thinking about money. I mean, obviously, when we want to talk about the different areas that bog down Bitcoin involving speed, involving the general reputation, I think XRP is going to be taking us into an area of cryptocurrency that's essentially uncharted territory, one that will be much more friendly, working with regulations. And I think that it is something to be said that XRP has that capability of warming up next to the establishment and essentially going along for the ride. So, I mean, Bitcoin dominance being where it is at 52.4%, volume, of course, respectively, market not really changing very much, things generally moving sideways. But these are some very interesting developments nonetheless that I think were important to bring coming up. And I think this has been a pretty interesting video for me to make, just because I've been doing all this research, and these were some critical things that I think were interesting to bring to your attention. But all that being said, you guys, if you're interested in following us on Twitter, that's at CryptoTuber, of course. And of course, we're always interested in reading your comments. So of course, leave those down below and let us know what you guys think about what the future of cryptocurrency is going to look like. I think XRP is definitely one of those cryptos that's in the running to be a leader. I mean, obviously across the board, we're seeing a lot of renewed interest in this technology and what it can bring to the table. But yeah, all that being said, you guys, remember this video is just for entertainment, educational purposes. Of course, I'm not your dad. This video is just me saying my opinion. It's not any kind of advice, so I'd obviously recommend that you guys do your own research. And of course, I'm actually going to be including a link to this video by the digital asset investor who's made this really excellent video called Follow the Money, digital currency group, to see where XRP is going. This video is actually pretty incredible. He talks about a lot of similar things that we were talking about in this video and expands upon them in his own delightful way. Of course, I always like to share different people's opinions so you guys can get a well-rounded perspective on these things. So definitely check down in the description below if you're interested in watching some more content. That's the next video I would recommend you watching. But yeah, all that being said, I'm waiting to see what's going to happen with Ripple, slowly but surely filling my bags, as you guys know. But I think that we can be expecting to see some really exciting things just around the corner. Q1 2019, certainly getting off to a pretty much business as usual start, but I think we can be expecting some things. Whether or not it's going to be Q2, Q3, really nobody can tell you. All we can do is watch as these big whales are aligning themselves in these significant fashion, and I think speed and performance are definitely going to have a big role to play. So definitely RippleNet on my radar, all these different things, and it's interesting to see the different cryptos doing their things. I mean, we've got Ripple with we've got XRP with XRapid, we've got Tron with their mainnet launch, we've got Cardano with Shelly. So it is big things are always happening in the world of cryptocurrency. It's just you have to read in between the lines and do your research, and obviously not buy into the hype and propaganda. But all that being said, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Like I said, at CryptoTuber, and make sure that you guys subscribe for regular updates. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.